Mr. Ide, please take the stage. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you very much for coming to the meeting. And I understand that there was some train delay, but thank you very much for coming again. I am Nobutaka Ide, the president of Wacom. And today, according to the Article 14 of the Articles of Incorporation, I shall serve as the chairperson of this General Shareholders Meeting. And I now announce the commencement of 41st General Shareholders Meeting. Again, thank you very much for your attendance. And first of all, I would like to give you a rundown on the proceeding. And we have some reporting items. And the questions for those reporting items, ask them. And for resolution items, we will have a questions and answer time after each resolution item. And please follow my instructions. Thank you very much. And we are videotaping this meeting. And this is to accurately grasp the situation. And also for information sharing purpose, we are videotaping this meeting. And thank you very much for your understanding. And also, and on top of the shareholders in person here, we are live streaming this meeting. And those who shareholders who are not able to come here, we are live streaming. And this it will be updated on our website at a later date. And with that, I'd like to report on the number of shareholders with voting rights. The number of shareholders with voting rights is 20,306, and the number of writing votes is 1,452,267. And as of yesterday, in writing format or electronically, votings exercised, and also the number of shareholders in attendance, we confirmed that quorum has been satisfied to deliberate all the agenda items.
Ahead of reporting matter and deliberation of proposal, Audit and Supervisory Committee would like to make an audit report. And Audit and Supervisory Committee members going to report the result of audit on consolidated financial documents by accounting auditor and Audit and Supervisory Committee. And then I would like to ask Mr. Higashiyama to make a report. I am Shigeki Higashiyama. I'm a member of Audit and Supervisory Committee. I would like to make a report. Audit and Supervisory Committee deliberated on the execution of duties by the Board of Directors in the 41st fiscal year, pursuant to committee's rules, and has prepared an audit report. The method and the result of audit by the Audit and Supervisory Committee is as written on pages 56 to 57 of our convocation notice under the section of Audit Report by the Audit and Supervisory Committee. There is no finding. The result of audit by accounting auditor on consolidated financial documents are, as you see on pages 52 to 53 of convocation notice, under the section Audit Report by Accounting Auditor, which you can find on our website. Our committee recognizes the result and method of audit by PwC Japan as appropriate. Also, there is no particular thing to note regarding the proposals and documents submitted for today's shareholders meeting. This concludes my report. Thank you, Mr. Higashiyama, for your report. So the result of audit on consolidated financial document was reported to be as reported by an Audit and Supervisory Committee. Now we will move on to business report. Business report, consolidated financial documents and financial documents. If you would like to know the content, please take a look at pages 22 to 51 on convocation notice, which you can find on our website, and also list of explanatory notes and on a consolidated basis and standalone basis both. And from here on, we would like to explain on how we did financially in the fiscal year 41, and also guidance for the new year, as well as Chapter 4's progress. And before I start this part, I would like to note that the material that we're going to use from now are exactly the same as the material we used for our financial briefings session in May. And I'm not going to explain everything this time. And here you see the result of our financial year 41. And net sales on a consolidated basis were 118 billion, and consolidated operating profit was 7.1, and consolidated net profit was 4.6 billion yen. Major trend is that branded business declined in revenue, while technology solution business had a significant increase in revenue. And these led to the results you see on the page. And this is an income statement document. Please take a look later. And by business, starting with branded business segment. This is the business of producing Wacom branded products as a finished goods. And sales were 33.8 billion, and segment loss was 4.5 billion yen. So this was a loss. Toward the recovery of this business, we're making some initiatives, and we're going to talk about them later. And technology solution business. This is for products without Wacom brand, but we have the technology writing digitally, and we use the technology for this business. And we had sales of 85 billion yen and segment profit of 16.5 billion, and both of these numbers increased by double digit from the year before. And this is the income statement of by business. And highlight on this balance sheet is inventory. Last fiscal year we had excessive inventory, so we tried to reduce inventory, and we reduced inventory as targeted. And also on cash flows, you can see the reduction of inventory in line with our target. And this is the end of my brief report on how we did in the fiscal year 41 that ended in March 2024. And from this page onward, we are going to explain the ongoing fiscal year's guidance.
And this is the guidance, and we 120 billion operating profit, 8.5 billion, and net sales a slight increase, and by operating profit we are targeting 2-digit growth. And each business, branded business 35 billion net sales, and segment loss 2.2 billion. And last year we had a loss, but we had to make up a loss from last year, but we're still in the red. But as to how we're going to make up a ground, I will explain more later in my presentation. And technology solution business, net sales, segment profit, roughly speaking, I think will stay flat. And compared to the last year, that I think we have some opportunities, but we are being a little bit conservative here. And R&D expense 8 billion, 4% increase from last year. We are a tech company, and technology innovation is it's our essence to deliver our value. And capital expenditure, depreciation cost against last year, decline from last year. And a branded business, and we are reducing line-up product, and metallic mold products has been reduced. And the branded business, we booked depreciation cost as we recognized loss in 2 years in a row. And the shareholders return policy and dividend. And 20 yen per share, we expect it to be 20 yen per share. And dividend payout ratio is around 30%. But our purpose is to pay dividend in a stable manner. So that's our critical policy. That's why we think that share per share to be 20 billion and the ratio 46.2%. And another shareholder policy return action is share buybacks. And the grand policy of buybacks. Chapter 3, before the end of Chapter 3, this is the last year of Chapter 3. And before we conclude Chapter 3, up to 20 billion, we are planning to repurchase our own shares. And following this direction, and to give you a latest number, before the end of September 30, we are planning to repurchase our shares up to 3 billion yen. And once shares are repurchased, make sure that we will cancel them. With that, that's for FY25. That's the guidance for FY25. And on the following pages, today Chapter 3 is underway, and also midterm plan or midterm policy for chapter 3. We have made some updates, so I would like to go over those updates. And this is Chapter 3 is currently underway, and those are the 5 initiatives that support Chapter 3. And I don't have time to go over each one of them, but using technology, we would like to render value to our customers and society.
And last fiscal year, branded business segment declined in revenue, and we categorize our ongoing initiatives into 8 boxes to make sure that we're making solid progress. And I am not going to explain everything, but rough picture as of the end of March 2024 would be that for branded business, number 1, 2, and 3 are about branded business. So this includes renewing product portfolio and improving gross profit. This has not been completed. In last fiscal year, we were not able to realize actual improvement of gross profit. And the number 2 is about market building in the focus areas, and this would be in creative areas. And the 3rd initiative in place is strengthening sales channel management. For branded business, we would like to be more directly connected to end users through Wacom's own e-store and B2B channel. So we'll be putting more focus on B2B channel and our own e-store channel. And this initiative is not completed. We have been taking on this initiative and has not been able to improve the gross profit yet. And the 4th one is a company-wide initiative. This is about improving inventory management. After the onset of COVID, market environment changed significantly, so we reduced inventory. And the target was reducing inventory worth 10 billion yen, and we did that. So we improved the cash. And 5 and 6 are technology solution business. This is about increasing the number of customers and market development or general education area. And we're doing these too. And about numbers 8 and 7. Number 7 is about capital policy and shareholder returns. As a technology company, we're going to transform our technology while returning profits to shareholders meaningfully. And number 7, not just hardware sales, but also using the data coming out from Pentip, we started doing a data-based business. And I'm going to elaborate this later. and this is starting to be an actual commercialized business. So we are putting a focus on this new business, and especially for branded business segment, we have been putting focus on initiatives, and we were planning to turn around this branded business, but it's still making loss. So we need to improve the structure of this business. Structural reform is needed to turn this business around. And financial policy update.
ROIC, ROIC, and capital efficiency. That's what gauges capital efficiency, and this is 10%. 10% is target during Chapter 3, and ROE 10 to 15%. And May next year, we are planning to announce our new midterm plan. And with the mid plan, I'd like to explain what we are aiming in the next phase. This is the brand. It's about branded business, a structural transformation of branded business. I'd like to take you through our plan. So we have a lot of information here, but we have 4 initiatives. Number 1 is a portfolio. This is product portfolio. This is to deliver our value. There are so many product lines, but we reduce the number of product lines to be more efficient in our business. And as you can see here, new application or new use case, what we call portable creative. This is a portable. This is for professionals. This is a portable art studio, and professional can travel together with their art studio. And this is our action to develop new market or category. And in the next midterm, we believe that this will contribute to growth of our sales in the GP. And we have some product displayed here. And in the second part of the this general meeting, we will showcase how this works. And the second is focused business area. Focused business area. Sorry to repeat again, and across the board. And rather than playing the large field, we like to focus on creative, and we like to narrow our focus on professionals and creative. And along with that initiative, we are going to optimize our team organization, hence reduced fixed cost. And the third one is sales channel. And as I mentioned, we have different sales channels, like we have a direct store, B2B, and B2B and e-store. We will focus on e-store and B2B to be asset light, and operation will be streamlined. This is also to optimize the size of the organization. Hence, again, that should contribute to fixed cost reductions. And organizational structure, as of April 1st, in a branded business, we have a new leader, and he assumed the position as of April 1st, and under the new leadership, we are working on development, and we have development locations or sites here and there, and under organizational structure, we're planning to centralize development site in Japan, and with those actions, and our target or our aim is that FY26, the first year of Chapter 4, FY26, and we would like to turn around branded business into the black. And after that, we are going to expand sales and revenue, and this segment should contribute to the entire company performance. And the branded business, assuming that the branded business will contribute to revenue, but the creators and artists in the market of artists and creators, we have a trusted relationship with them, and we have creative community or community with the creators. We have a already trusted relationship, and the branded business. Another goals of that branded business is not only to turn around the business, but also solidify the trusted relationships that with the artists we have already built. And going forward, Chapter 4, next midterm plan. And I like to just give you a preview of what we are planning to achieve. But May next year, we are going to make an official announcement, and there we're planning to give you more details about Chapter 4. Just to recap our market environment, Chapter 4 starting from next year to 2030, and market domain, digital content creation, and education DX edutech, and workflow DX in many different corporations in many industries. Each one of market, we expect each one of them to grow at 2-digit. And those are the market we would like to address, a number of creators and also number of users in a creative education. We believe that there's a significant business opportunity and potential. And so this is what Chapter 4 is all about. And please take a look at it in your spare time. And just to give you a snapshot of Chapter 3. And Chapter 3 is underway today. This is all about developing new technologies and business models. So Chapter 3 is a preparation phase. And so after that, we are laying the foundation. And once the foundation is built, Chapter 4 is all about implementing what we have been preparing in Chapter 3. So that's Chapter 4. But the question is, how are we going to evolve our business in Chapter 4? This is in a simple picture. In Chapter 3, we have technology solution business. Chapter 3, what we were targeting in Chapter 3 was to maximize the number of customers and maximize the number of projects to grow. And this will continue into Chapter 4. But the branded business, first for best-class professional experience to establish or solidify our foothold in the creative market. So that's also continue into Chapter 4. But the full lineup of products in Chapter 3, we had too many. I think maybe we had too many products. So we're going to narrow down the number of products to be more focused. And the new use case is a portable creative, what we call portable creative. That's for professionals. Professionals can take trouble with their art studio. And that's the new category we are hoping to, or we're going to develop in Chapter 4. That should be a new driver or engine. And also mission-specific experience. What this means is that in a technology business, Samsung and Lenovo, we have been supplying parts or pens, but not only pens, but not only parts, individual parts. So total service that encompasses user interface, software, and hardware. We like to provide a full stack service, and we like to create a packaged or total experience. For example, when we have a company that provides pen to note or analog pen and note, but they want to digitalize their product, their physical products, pens and notes, but just supplying a digital pen does not help them to go digitalized. There are so many customers, they want to go digitalized. And for customers who sell physical products, to them, we can provide full stack or package service that contains software, hardware, and the service. And that gives them motivation or to go digitalized. And this is mission-specific experience is to help corporations to go digitalized. And so we are going to expand more business with existing customers. On top of that, for mission-specific experience should bring more new business opportunities to us. And the third one is new growth engine, ink service, which I will cover more later. From the pen, you can get a lot of data from the pen. And for example, like an indicator, the pressure, not on pen pressure, who wrote what and how, and what the pen strokes and whatnot. And we can capture all of that as data coming from the pen, and using that data, we are building new experiences. We're creating new experiences rather than outside chapter 4, we are going to reinforce our non-hardware service, and that will drive our growth. And so that's the evolution of growth engine. And next, evolution of value proposition. So it's the same thing. In chapter 3, we have software, service, and hardware. Evolution of hardware, we have a lot of technology module for new chips and core business, AI, security, XR, virtual reality. So that's kind of technology we are working on, and we work with different communities. So we're addressing all of that in chapter 3, but they are fragmented. We are working on each one of them, but not in unison. And we are working on each one of those elements in chapter 3, but chapter 4, we're aiming to put them together, integrate them. It's what we call integrated paying experience that covers software, hardware, service, AI, security, and virtual reality and community. We're planning to put them all together to deliver to the customer. So that's what we are aiming, or that's what we are planning to achieve in chapter 4. With that, how are we going to do financially? In May next year, please wait for any qualitative number. Top line, we are looking at 150 billion or even more, and profitability. And as we announced last year, May, chapter 4, operating profit, we are aiming at 10%. So that's what we are looking at. But please do wait till May next year for official announcement.
Now, I have explained some directions, and I'm going to share with you some actual case studies that represent our directions. Please take a look at this product. You have that. Right, this is very thin. This is the thinnest and the lightest pen display ever in Wacom's history. This was announced last month. And this is part of our portable creative initiative of bringing a professional environment outside studio. And you'll be able to produce creatives while you're still laying down or while removing. So that is possible with this product, and this has been highly appreciated by many users after the announcement in May. And this is available through our e-store. And right after the announcement and the launch, this got out of stock immediately. So we added inventory and then put that on sales, and they ran out of stock immediately again. So this has been really, really highly appreciated. And so this is the first version, but from the next fiscal year onward, we would like to launch additional series products. And this is going to be a new category, moving. So you can write and draw as you move, so moving. And the next example use case is Galaxy. So with Samsung smartphone, we have been providing S Pen to Samsung smartphone, and so we have a very close relation with Samsung, and we have been supporting Galaxy experience. And AI has been talked about a lot recently, using AI functionalities. For example, using Wacom's pen on this display, you draw a circle to mark an icon, and then AI will recognize what it is immediately, automatically, and do a search. And this example is an example of providing hardware and the software service together. And this is a collaboration with DeadGuy. So we developed this tablet dedicated to education, jointly together with DeadGuy. And previously, DeadGuy used to provide services through mail delivery service, but that same service is available using this tablet. And students input data using a pen on tablet. And additionally, what students wrote on a tablet is all recorded based on agreement from students, of course. So we have the pen stroke data by students, and that is used for various purposes. For example, the volume of answer written from students are converted into distance of walking. So, for example, based on the volume of the written answers, teachers can say to students that you have gone from Tokyo to Osaka already. You have done a lot. And in the society class, for example, when you write what is the separation of power, then not only you get the answer to that, the meaning of the separation of power, but you get additional information. So students get more excited in learning. So this is Chienoa service that was launched last month under Zetkai. So we not only provide hardware, but using the data coming out from pen, we provide services that is based on data. So we not only sell hardware and that's it. To every single student, we provide a monthly subscription service. So this is a subscription service that is hot out there. So a new business model was launched in the last fiscal year, and this is the actual example of that new business model. And this is a Wacom Bridge product. This is a cloud-based solution. To explain this, recently, in doing production of animation and films, instead of having people together physically at a studio, in a remote and cloud environment, productions are going on. So there's a one computer, and that is connected to cloud, and creators have their own device connected to cloud, so creators can stay at their home to do work remotely. And sometimes using cloud, there used to be some restraint of not being able to use all the functionalities and so on, but that is resolved with this new cloud solution, and this is already launched. For example, Frame Machine Studio and Shirogumi. This is SF studio in Japan that produce very famous artworks in Japan. So these are the actual users, actual customers of Wacom Bridge, and they say that the creators feel as if they are physically together in the production process. So we not only sell hardware to creator customers, we charge on a monthly basis for every single creator. So this is a new business model. And this is Wacom branded business.
And this is also another example of service what's called Wacom UEFI. In one word, this is to protect copyrights of creators, or they use our tool to create their artwork, and they draw a picture, and behind that their work there's a watermark is being created, and that watermark is connected to the blockchain to verify that who made this artwork. And so this is we are doing a beta version, and beta version is being will be launched in the Adobe and Photoshop. This can work with the applications provided by Adobe or others. In the second part of General Shareholders Meeting, the Clip Studio, we work with Clip Studio. It's a drawing application, and we are going to make an announcement this week. But in the second part of General Shareholders Meeting, you can actually play around and see that how this works. and not only creative space, but banking at the banks or insurance companies, we provide some paperless service. This is a creative education hall. It's a hall, there's a very distinct building that's a art school. That's how it looks like inside the building. And there are schools in Tokyo, Osaka, Nagoya. And at our school, we prepare environment, exactly the same environment where professionals work, and not only business-wise, but we take environmental matters very seriously, and we use recycled plastic and packaging materials. We are very mindful and environmental conscious, and also environmental indicators. We do also communicate with the market how we are addressing environmental problems, and we use CDP. This is a CDP to assess how well you are doing. And last year we were C, rated C, but this year we are B. And this is my last page, community collaboration with community, not only in business, but the customers community and tech engineers community and the society relationship with society is extremely important. And just to give you an example, there was a Sapporo International Art Festival February. This is one of the largest art festivals in Japan. We were invited to showcase our technologies, and together with Sapporo, we are going to develop. We have been developing technologies with the city of Sapporo in the education space. It was fun and it was a good experience, but that's not. It was just a starting point, and so we get some inquiries from local governments, and this can develop into business. But not only doing business, we can also play a part in a society, and that concludes my presentation on business performance for FY24 and guidance for FY25, and also structural change of branded business. And chapter 4, I just wanted to give you a preview of chapter 4, which we will make an official announcement next year. And that brings me to the end of my presentation, and I'd like to open the floor for questions and answers for the reporting items. We'd like to open the floor for dialogue.
And first, we would like to take the questions that are already submitted to us, and after that, we're going to take questions from shareholders who are present here. And after that, we're going to take questions from online shareholders who are watching this session through the simultaneous live streaming. So we will take questions from shareholders in this order. So we would like to take questions regarding our business report that we have received in advance. The new product, Wacom Moving, that's the thinnest and the lightest that I explained earlier. So question about this product. I believe that this is appreciated by creators to some extent. Do you have a plan to expand this business? And also, for high-end products, organic electromagnescence display, do you have a plan to launch organic EL display product related to this new product? Thank you for this question. About this Wacom Moving new product, this has been very popular. And so about the expansion of lineup in size, we started from 13-inch, but this product, this is not going to be the last product of this series. We would like to provide portable creative category, the new category of producing products that are portable in producing creatives. So from next fiscal year onward, into and from the next fiscal year onward, we would like to expand the product lineup of different sizes or different qualities, and we are planning for such new products. Please look forward to our new products. And also about the organic EL or electroluminescence display, among Wacom's liquid crystal tablet, OLED is now incorporated into this product, and that allows products to be thinner and to be more vivid in color representation. So we're not going to switch completely to organic EL display because we would like to provide displays that matches with customers' demand. So some will be liquid crystal, some would be organic EL display. So for our product lineup, we would like to provide the displays that matches with customers' demand, and customers will be able to choose. So this is the answer to the question we have received in advance of this shareholders meeting.
And I would like to entertain questions from the shareholders in this room. If you please raise your hand and I will call on you. But I'm afraid can we ask you to come to the front to the microphone and please tell us your number. Please, you don't have to tell your name. Any questions? We're happy to take any questions from the floor. Anyone? Please, the gentleman sitting in the back, please come to the front. Please tell us your number. I am shareholder 33, and I'm looking forward to coming to the shareholders meeting. And I hope that other shareholders meetings are as open as yours. Each time I attend other shareholders meetings, I always tell them that they should take a page. They should take a page from your how you hold shareholders meeting. My question, moving. I was very shocked how light and how thin moving is. But the size mentioned a lot smaller size, like in a note. I would like it to be a note size. I think people want different things, but in terms of, I think you should have more than one sizes. And my question is about, I talked to someone at the reception that it should interface to smartphone, and it's good that it's interfaced to smartphone to lower the price point. And e-paper displayed here, e-paper is not permeating well. That's probably because too expensive. If you go to Starbucks, you see people working on PCs, but I've never seen anyone using that PC or device, and nobody is using it. And the same, but I think it's just too expensive. But please, I shared my idea with someone at the reception, and your strategy. You work with Zetokai, a distance learning company, and you have business partners, but you are specialized in tablets and pens and business partners. I think you can choose just about anyone you want to work. But I have some ideas that you might want to work with. My Metamoji, a company called Metamoji. And the president of Metamoji is someone else who developed software, Ichitaro and Hanako, and they went IPO. They live in Roppongi, and I visited them. And they have a product called application Metamoji Study. Iacho, it's an application for construction industry, and they use application for construction drawings. And Metamoji Note, they have a Metamoji Note. It's a handwritten application. They have a software technology, but not hardware technology. So you might be a good match. And if you work with them, you may be able to expand market together. So you might want to look into that idea. Thank you. And e-authorization. Authorization by creator. So the verification. So you mentioned watermark to verify the right of the creator, and this, I think this has a huge potential. That technology, watermarking technology, it's a company called Shinwa Wise Art Auction. Art Auction is an auction company, and they started doing digital auction, and you might want to working with them, and if you provide your technology to artists who work with Shinwa auction, that might bring more business opportunity. And they got relocated recently. Their new office is right center of Tokyo, Marunouchi, and that building. And they have a gallery space on the first floor. They have a showroom, and your amazing products. Maybe you might want to showcase your products in their space. And I'm a friend with that president of that company, and I'm happy to connect you with him. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for your questions and your feedback about moving. Thank you very much. You were shocked how light it is. It's 420 grams only. So I urge you to test it yourself as well. About your question, it was about the partnership strategy using our technology and who we should work with. And thank you very much for giving some names, potential partners. And I'd like to answer that question, first question. And thank you very much for your very instrumental information. And Hitamoji and companies that you mentioned, Hitamoji, we have a hardware and data used from that hardware. What kind of applications can we use to maximize our data? So that's something it's the core of our growth strategy under Chapter 4. I was not able to cover all the details of Chapter 4, but the business partnerships are something we are going to be very open, and watermarking to protect copyrights. Wacom Unified, this is to protect rights of creators, arts, and UE means is to connect artists. This is we only have a beta version, but you mentioned auction company when connecting artwork and the artist and the fans, and also to sell artworks to fans or share artworks fans, and we can verify that the artwork is actually made by the artist. And in the world of digital, this is going to be very critical. Wacom Unify is a service that connects artworks and artists. And for Chapter 4, we're planning to commercialize this to deliver new value to the market.
I would like to take next question. The person over there on the right side. Please just say your shareholder name, please. I'm number 38. So I have a question. In your presentation, you talked about the structural reform of branded business. And I saw about 4 ideas regarding the structural reform. But they're not really connected. So they seem to me they're rather separate and not connected. So what I want to say is that the branded business is making a loss, and I would like to make sure that you have a solid causal analysis about the loss. Especially for the last fiscal year, the company was targeting to make profits, but probably some things didn't go as planned, and that's why the business made a loss. So I would like to make sure that the company understands the real cause of that, because without understanding the cause, not much sense in taking actions. So I would like to understand whether the company has right understanding about the multiple causes of the loss and right actions for each of them. And when you do the causal analysis, when your customers want to draw digitally, I don't want to say this, but I believe that the customers have more options than before for that drawing digitally. So market environment is different from 10 years ago. So in that sense, putting aside whether you see those other companies as your competitors, I would like to hear from you what's the real value of Wacom. This is my question. Thank you. So this is from shareholder number 38. Thank you very much for your comment and question. So about this question, in the previous business explanation, we talked about structural reform of branded business, and we shared some measures and some plans that we have. And he said that the causal analysis should be connected and established first, and should be connected to the actions to be taken. This is how I have understood your question and comment. And a chairperson, myself, Ide, would like to answer this question. Thank you for this information. And I didn't get to explain enough on the causes of making a loss, so I believe that my explanation was maybe not easy enough to understand. But the biggest reason for the loss this time is that the top line is not improving. So top line is not improving, and operation-wise, we have heavy operation assets for the top line that is struggling to grow. And to explain why top line is not growing, we see multiple reasons for that. The first reason is that in the short term, you may think that we're still saying COVID times. So during COVID times, we had a significant increase in demand, and that impact is still around. However, the thing is that Wacom products have very high durability and long life, so demand was uncovered during COVID times, and we're still struggling from recovery from that. And this is a short-term reason. And another reason for the loss is a structural one. And as the shareholder number 38 said, it's the market structural change, the slight change. And we see that in multiple ways. For example, now users have more options than before, especially for entry models. Rather than professionals, for entry category, each household has an iPad, maybe one by one, and also there's an Apple Pencil, and they can do drawing using the digital devices. That's the new environment. And so previously there was only one option of Wacom, but there are more options now. And also, think to write on a board and think to write on a display. So these are two different displays, but things to write on a board is, there's a shift in demand toward writing on display. And that's a slight shift in demand. And there's a geographical factor as well. For example, in China, not just Wacom products, but also in almost all of the category, we don't see much consumption recovery, especially Gen Z people do not really purchase goods. So China is said to be in cold market. So that's a geographical factor. But in that environment, we would like to provide new values. And also, in the near term of this fiscal year and next fiscal year, we are not expecting a huge V-shaped recovery. And that is the premise of our reform. So providing new values and optimization through structural reform. About provision of new values, as we explained earlier, moving is one way of doing that. It's a portable professional production environment, and that is going to be a new category for us to grow. And as we explained, in addition to selling hardwares, we would like to do new business using data coming from data and cloud solution business. They are completely different in business nature, and these are added on top of hardware sales business. And about optimization, the structural reform, as we recover sales, we basically assume that we will not be able to have a V-shaped recovery, so we will reduce fixed cost to be profitable in the first place. And you talked about our competitors, and I would like to refrain from making comments on specific numbers. But mainly in Chinese market, we have some competitors, and their products and our products market share wise, there is not a significant change in the recent few years in the market share. So it's not like we are losing market share significantly. It's that the entire category is exposed to the change in market structure. And so we not only have to compete against our peers, we need to establish a new category. We need to provide new values to users. We need to establish a new market. And we do not expect V-shaped recovery in sales in the short term, but so we need to establish the right operation system that matches with the expected lack of recovery. Thank you very much for the question, and that gave me opportunity to explain more. Thank you.
Anyone else? Any other questions? Lady in the back. Please tell us your number. I am 48. 41, I'm sorry. This might sound a little bit stupid, but I'm a housewife, and I like to speak from the standpoint of housewife, and please educate me on something. And I live in Yokohama. I come from Yokohama, and I purchased your shares at Lalaport at a shopping mall when I was doing a shopping mall, and I was asked to sign, and then I was asked to sign a particular place, and I was not sure what I was signing, and I was not sure what I was doing, and the product says Wacom, and it just made me curious about your product, and I went home, I searched Wacom and then I decided to invest in you. And since then, I've been coming to the shareholders meeting when I am available, and I've been listening to your presentation, the technology, and today is a touch settlement is becoming a norm. And I don't go to a lot of the shopping mall quite often, but in the past 1 year, and I would still sign on Wacom product. But now, touch payment is becoming big, and I thought I have a trust in Wacom because you are. But I'm a housewife, and I purchase shares of company that I want to support, and I invest more than 100 companies or 100 names, and I'm making profit. And companies that I want to cheer for, and Wacom is one of them. I would like to root for you, and I'm speaking from the standpoint of a housewife, and I was very impressed and I was very moved by your product when I first encountered your product. And now touch settlement or payment is becoming more standard. And so the around payment, can you share about what your ideas about payment system? Thank you very much for your comment and question. I believe your question was you were shopping at a shopping mall and you use Wacom signature board, and that's how you came to know Wacom. And when you make a purchase or in your everyday life, what is the technology of Wacom in everyday life? Where we are, what's the direction that we are taking? And I'd like to answer the question. Thank you very much for your question. In Lalaport, not only the shopping malls, but with other shopping malls, and our signature authorization technology is adopted by shopping malls, but not only shopping malls, but the payment company, solution company is our partner to provide that service. And you are right. If you think about credit card payment, like QR code and touch settlement is becoming becoming standard. So then, do we keep the signature? Will that remain? I think that will remain, but the signature system will. Do we expect to grow in the shopping scene? But no, we don't. And as you commented, you mentioned share your feedback from housewife, and in your everyday life, signature or writing in a digital format or experience of it need to be deeply embedded in everyday life. And I think that's what's going to happen, and that's what we are working on, especially when you go to a city hall. That when you apply for a security number, or you need to retrieve your family registry, and you need to write in your data or information onto the system. That's Wacom system. And especially in a small post office, in a rural area or a large city hall, going paperless solution is becoming deeply embedded in everyday life, in our everyday life. And when you go to a hotel, when you need to write down your personal information, and that's being replaced by our tablet instead of writing on paper. In few years, you have to maintain that information or keep that information for a few years. That under the law, but now they use digital system. They're completely paperless, and insurance, when you go to bank or at a bank counter, when you need to write down certain information, or election, this is not yet practically implemented, but we started testing the idea of technology, the e-voting. e-voting, you go to the voting station, and then you vote through our system. And with that, it's very, very difficult to make a mistake. And not just the shopping, but in your everyday life, when you go to a city hall or when you stay at a hotel, or when you go to a bank, in all aspects in everyday life, there is so much benefit that we can bring to the table, and we are hoping to grow in that space. And also hospitals, or when you go to hospital, we don't want to go to hospital that much, but when you go to hospital and writing a medical chart, or when you explain your diagnosis, doctor draws something on something and explain to the patient, and that can be stored as data, and that use case is growing. And we don't want to go to hospital on a regular basis, but that's also another use case where we can hone our technology. Thank you.
I would like to take other questions, but it seems that we have received online questions. So, no more question from the venue here? Okay, then we have received questions from online shareholders, so I would like to address them. Let me read the question out. In 5 years' time or 10 years' time, what kind of a company would you like to Wacom to be? Then do you have an image and vision about the kind of company you would like to turn your company into? Thank you for the question. I am going to answer this. So, honestly speaking, frankly speaking, based on a business strategy, we benchmark some companies to learn some good things from this company and also to learn about their failures. And this is how we have been researching other companies. And this is what I do on a daily basis. But our senior management team members and myself individually have a vision of what kind of a company they want Wacom to be. But I don't really have something like that, because I see Wacom to be the one and only company, and I hope that would be even more the case in the future. So we want Wacom to stay as the one and only company, and using our technology, we would like to provide the only experience. And as we advance our technologies and business, we really hope our users to think that they are glad to have Wacom. And we want to hear more voices like that. So that's the kind of company we want Wacom to be. I want Wacom to be, rather. And we have a very close distance to customers. And some customers have said to us that Wacom products have changed their life. And so I get those voices. And sometimes I get a negative feedback from customers that we should work more hard. We should work harder to provide much better products. So the impact from customers' feedback is very important, whether in the education field or creative field or manufacturing field. You work for a company, and also in a daily scene, we want to be the only company that continues to receive the direct feedback and positive feedback from many customers. That is my personal opinion. We would like to move on to the next question.
Next question, 2021 XP Pen share achieve two-digit share, and Wacom is number one, has the largest share globally. But how do you study, how do you assess competitors, and what are the actions you take against competitors? I think this is related to the question asked earlier. The market change, market structure change, and the use cases keep changing, and we talked about it in the long run. I would like to answer this question. About share has not changed that much, but our direct competitors, we do study them and their products. We analyze their products when they are launched, and our products are more competitive, but we do not want to be complacent. And what are the differentiators? What are the differentiators we can bring to the market? And every day we think about it, how we can be better and work on it. And we are tech company. We are tech company. Therefore, technologies implemented or adopted by our competitors, we need to bring better technology, and we have to be more innovative than them. So that's first and foremost a mission for us, but not only technology, but also how do we take care of our customers. I think that's extremely important as well. We don't want to provide anything cheap but bad, and if it gets broken, we replace. Or once it is sold, we don't provide any support. That's not what we want. How we want to serve our customers. And once they make a purchase, then we would like to provide support through the end. And that's our differentiator. And in each region, we have support teams who speak the local language and a support system. And we are very much close to the support team. And we are building support system that is up to date in Japan. Just give you an example in Japan. The call response rate, or we receive a call from customer in time to resolution, and the satisfaction rate, we were improving those numbers, and also we like to excel in technology, and also we need to set us apart from competitors with our technologies and service, but also community. I think it is extremely vital for us to grow together with the community. We're not talking about growing sales today, tomorrow, or next month, or next year, but in the world of creative, together with the creative community, how can we grow together? Even though they don't purchase our product today, but the future, how can we nurture or develop artists into the future? And of course, it has to bring business to us. But then community, we have community made of partners and artists. We were nurturing community in the long run, and I think it's our mission for us to develop the community. And I think developing community is also one of the another differentiators in how much we can gain, like how much we can receive trust from customers. But if they say that they don't trust us, then they can leave us at any point. But to prevent that from happening, not only technological aspect, but the cost of pricing, but also service after sales. And not only that, we are committed to supporting community, and I believe that's a unique approach of ours. And so that's how we try to address the competitive landscape. Next question.
Third question. With the failure of the updating the core system, impairment loss was recorded, but there have been some issues at other companies, for example, causing troubles related to shipment. Do you have a plan to make a large system investment? For this question, about the first half part of this question, I'm going to address this question. And about the latter half of the question regarding system investment, Usuda-san, who is in charge of IT, will answer that part. About the system renewal, system error-related impact on business, there have been the actual cases at other companies where the business is damaged by system updating, etc. And about that potential, for example, inventory-related risk, there is no relation with system update to the excess inventory we had, and that's because of the extra demand we had during COVID times. So we accelerated production to be able to capture extra demand during COVID times. However, people's behavior changed, and that is why we were left with more inventory, and this came from market change, and and also as a result of our business operation, and we reduced inventory. So there is nothing to do with system error that we reduced inventory. And the other part of the question is regarding large system investment plan for the future. To answer this question, no, we don't plan a major system investment, but our idea about system, including security, will be explained by Usuda-san, who is in charge of IT. I am Usuda, in charge of IT. Based on the chairperson's nomination, I would like to explain. As was mentioned, at the moment we don't have a plan to invest significantly in IT. But impairment loss is how we have caused inconvenience to shareholders in relation to our past IT investment. So for IT investment, when we consider that, we pay attention to security and digital transformation. And given the current circumstances, we need to continue system investment. But as we make investment in IT, we make sure to create a realistic plan and draw a schedule, including execution part. And we want to do a lot of things to expand business. But when it comes to system and IT, we cannot make a mistake. So we have been making sure to create a realistic plan in system investment. And going forward, we would like to make system investment, but not at a large scale. Usuda-san, thank you.
We have 5 more questions, and under your initiative, Wacom is evolving, and I feel like your leadership is evolving Wacom, but I expect a lot from you, and but the stock price is not increasing as your technology advancement, and I expect initiatives to increase stock price. And do you think that that's going to change with new members of board of directors? Thank you very much for your question, and I'd like to answer that question. And thank you very much for seeing potential in our company. And the stock price is not stock price is not growing as much as technological advancement. And at this, I cannot give you an exact amount. But chapter 4 that I presented earlier, the building new growth engines, and we are going to launch new business model to grow our business, and a branded business need to be transformed structurally. But following through those actions and delivering on those promises. And delivering promises mean to deliver sales and OP as I promised, but also partners. We have partners. In the education, in the educational space, and we are being recognized more, and the creative community technologies will be updated, and in Wacom Inc. technology is a front runner, and we are building up those actual use cases. And in chapter 4, and we are planning to deliver on our promises, and so that you can see it, that your innovation, you can feel and you can appreciate our innovation. And I think that will be chapter 4. You can actually experience and appreciate our technology in chapter 4. And if that becomes and if we make good on our promises, and of course the stock price will start to increase, and we will communicate. We will keep you updated on our promises, and we are planning to. We have actions. We have actions to increase our enterprise value, and as our enterprise value goes up, I'm sure that stock price will go up as well. We are still in preparation phase, and we are sort of sowing seeds, and now flowers will bloom in the next chapter. And about appointment of directors, after this question, we'll move on to the appointment of directors. But chapter 4 is not the end of our journey, and we need to keep our eye on the next phase and next generation, and we are planning to run this business in a sustainable manner, and to be able to sustainable, we have members or directors who will meet that end. Thank you very much.
Next question.
埼玉県加須市の地域振興や DX に
Kazo Saitama's local revitalization and DX. Do you plan to be involved more in these initiatives in Kazo Saitama? Kazo is where we have our headquarters. So local revitalization and DX of Kazo, whether we are going to be involved in those initiatives. So I will answer this. Yes, we are interested. But detailed project and plannings have not been made. But until some time ago, Kazo changed significantly. This changed significantly with COVID. But we collaborated in sports teams in Kazo, not as a sponsor, but also by having exchange with kids. For example, our pens were used for drawing game plans. So we had some local exchange with the local people before COVID, but that has been reduced recently. So we are active and we are interested. We would like to explore opportunities of how we can serve Kazo City, where we have our headquarters, and about their digital transformation as a local community at branches and city halls. Many cities are taking on digital transformation and at the counter work for their counter work. So digital transformation initiative in Kazo, we hope that we can support that. Thank you for this proposal and question.
3 more questions to get to. In Japan, AI demand is booming, and there will be more data centers to be built. And I would like to think about making a foray into a new space to contribute to your stock price. It's a comment. Thank you. AI strategy. AI is booming And I have to agree with that. But the data center business, we have no plans to go into data center business. But I'd like to explain a little bit about how we are doing in AI space. And we'll have something to show you in the second part of this meeting and about Gen AI. Gen AI can create pictures or illustration automatically. The tool is coming at I think it's a watershed, and how this technology is going to be used. And there are many discussions, and we don't judge if that's good or not. But the Gen AI, it's just one of the tools for us. It's our basic thinking take on Gen AI is Gen AI is just one of the tools. But when we provide experience to customers, how do we leverage Gen AI? But AI in a broader sense, we look at this in a broader sense, not only limited to Gen AI. But we will show you later the process of creator, every single step of how the artwork is being created. We capture data with the consent of the artist, and we visualize how art is being created, but not only so the finished art, but the process. The process is also another form of art, and we use deep learning algorithms, and the unique pen stroke of that particular artist will be visualized. It's like a fingerprint. It's like a fingerprint. It's like, and we would like to use that data for service that help the artist. And this week we are going to announce a new service in Europe, and the service is being used in that new product. And we have creativity. Human beings have creativity. We want to visualize the creativity of human beings using deep learning. And we would like to use those new technologies to support the creative work of people. Thank you.
We have two more questions. So on our measures abroad, especially in China, about protecting IP or patent rights. Okay, about this question, Ide, myself, and person in charge of technology, Yamamoto-san, will answer this question. So, overall picture about how we are protecting IP rights in foreign countries, especially China. We call ourselves a technology-based company, so we see patent rights as something very important to us. We have in-house developed technologies, and for that we acquire patent rights. And not just that, relevant patent rights are acquired by our company proactively to strengthen our patent rights portfolio. In addition to holding and owning patent rights, we have been trying to use our patent rights. So we have the patent right portfolio, and that becomes the basis of our licensing business. To other companies, including competitors. So we do licensing to expand the environment where our Wacom pen can be utilized. So patent rights are very important for us in defensive and offensive measures. China is maybe a different environment when it comes to patent rights. But basically, for our technologies, we pay respect to technologies, and we make sure that we have patent rights to protect our rights, technologies. So environment may be different abroad, but we have been building the patent rights portfolio that becomes the basis of our products. And about confidential technologies, we pay the utmost attention so our technology is not leaked. And I will hand over to Mr. Yamamoto, who is in charge of technology, who has been handling patent rights on the front lines. Please explain on what kind of measures we have in place in addition to patent-related information. I am Yamamoto. About patent strategy, how we see patents. When it comes to patents, patent is obtained because that becomes the basis of new technologies that other companies do not have. So in creating something new and in making efforts of trying to create something new, we try to differentiate ourselves, and in that endeavor, we try to create something new. And in that sense, from the onset of the technological development, we collaborate with departments to see the patentability. And when we see the potential for patentability, we discuss in detail to build a patent strategy, and we discuss with a patent office to get the patent. Thank you, Yamamoto-san, for your answer. Okay, so final question from online shareholder.
It's about turning around a branded business as a focus. You focus pros and creative. Does that mean that we do not focus on entry-level business? And thank you very much for your question. I'd like to address that question myself. And the focus areas, maybe it was a bit confusing. It doesn't mean that we don't do anything else, but that our products or innovations or investments during the structural change, we need to address the basics, which is a market for professional and creative and a specialized area. That's where we're going to focus. But also at the same time, we have a portfolio for entry level. And when I mention structural transform, we need to be asset light. And with being asset light, we deliver service for entry-level customers. Entry-level segment, it's a very price competitive, and it's very price competitive, and the price plays a very big role in that competitive environment. Making large investment in operation sales channel or investment, and we don't want to be, we would like to be light as much as possible to run the business, and we don't want to over-invest or over-commit and to address entry level. But we are planning to generate business from entry level, but we are not planning to make large or huge investment into entry level. And since we would like to shift our focus on pro and creative, I hope that satisfies your question. Thank you very much.
Now the Q&A session took longer than planned, but thank you for all the questions. We also took questions from online shareholders, and that was the final question taken. Now we are going to take a vote and deliberation of proposals. So we would like to propose proposal number 1 about electing 6 directors, excluding directors who also serve as audit and supervisory committee members. At the closure of this shareholders meeting, all of the 6 directors, excluding the directors who are also audit and supervisory committee members, will reach the end of their term of office. So we would like to elect the 6 candidates comprehensively that you see on pages 9 to 14 of convocation notice. We would like to take question about this proposal number 1. Any question? No question? Then we would like to take a vote if you are ready on proposal number 1. Thank you.
では、
Then,
こちら第1号議案、原案に賛成いただき
those of you who are in favor of the original proposal, proposal number 1, please make an applause.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
第1号議案、議決権行使を
So, proposal number 1, with approval in written format and electronic means combined, we have obtained majority's endorsement. So, proposal number 1, election of 6 directors, excluding audit and supervisory committee members, is adopted as proposed.
それではですね、
Thank you.
今選任された取締役を紹介
Now,
させて
I would like to introduce the directors who are just elected. And we're going to mention our name and role. And starting with myself, I am Nobutaka Ide. I have been talking a lot today. But for Chapter 4, Chapter 5, and beyond,
人間の社会にとって本当に意味をなせるようにですね、
we hope that Wacom will stay very much meaningful to the society of human beings. And we will do our best for that. Thank you.
はい、それでは次、山本貞夫
Next person is Sadao Yamamoto. I am Sadao Yamamoto. Thank you for re-electing me. I will continue to do my best to satisfy customers and to develop surprising technologies. Thank you.
稲積健でございます。
Next person is Ken Inazumi. I am Ken Inazumi. In the short term, branded business structural reform, I would like to support it. And also in the medium term, I am going to form growth strategy. And also to improve next-gen personnel from our company. And that they are the areas of my dedication. The next person is Mikako Inamasu. I am Mikako Inamasu. I serve as the chairman of nomination committee. In today's shareholders meeting, Ide-san has been talking a lot, but as other members, we have been building the next generation board. And based on this mission, I hold the nomination committee, and twice a year we have the off-board meetings, and we would like to make sure we have a solid and firm next generation board. And in the next shareholders meeting, Ide-san probably will delegate his authorities to other people, I assume, and I look forward to that announcement and that kind of direction. We would like to show you, and I would like to get your support for that new direction. Thank you very much.
はい、続いてですね、新任
Thank you.
取締
The
役を
next
紹介させて
director is a new director.
宮
My
宮
apologies.
隼武でございます。
Mr. Sayatake Komine. I am Komine. Thank you. So thank you very much for electing me as a new director. I see this new role as a huge responsibility, but that's also a huge honor for me. Last fiscal year, Wacom celebrated the 40th anniversary since founding. And for me, it's been 12 years and 7 months that I have been working for this company. And for the next 50 years or 60 years or maybe 40 years, that's the time horizon that and I have I believe that Wacom should survive as continue as a company that can continue to provide significant value to customers, and I will do my best for that. Thank you. Next person is Takafumi Nakajima. Hello, I am Takafumi Nakajima. I also have an experience of more than 10 years serving in the environment area. And going forward to Wacom, I would like to contribute from sustainability point of view. As an external director, I would like to make contribution to Wacom in sustainability areas. Thank you. Thank you very much. These are the 6 directors elected. Now, second proposal.
appointment of 2 directors who are also audit members. With the conclusion of General Shareholders Meeting, Mr. Higashiyama Shigeki will come to the end of his term, and Mr. Takashi Kamura has rendered resignation letter, and I would like to select 2 audit members who are also directors, and the candidates on page 15 to 16 of convocation note would like to select both of them altogether, and this matter has been already agreed or adopted by audit committee. Proposal 2, may we approve proposal 2? May we propose? I would like to proceed voting. Thank you very much. And if you agree to the proposal as presented, please applaud. Thank you. And in writing format and electronically, and we have acquired a majority of agreement. And the second proposal 2, appointment of directors who are also committee members, audit committee members, has been accepted as proposed. And appointed, I'd like to introduce the newly appointed directors and audit members, Shigeki Higashiyama. This is Shigeki Higashiyama, and since Mr. Ide became president, I became auditor as well, and this is my 7th year. And Wacom is a vibrant company, and we young members, and we have accelerator, and I know our job is to make sure that they don't step on the gas too much. I will do my best. Thank you. And next, newly appointed audit member and director, Yuji Ono. I am newly appointed, and I am a lawyer, and I specialize in legal matters and risk management and compliance. For Wacom to sustainable growth, I will like to bring my expertise to the table. And also, I'd like to introduce another member who is not up for reappointment, Osamu Hosokubo. Thank you very much. And today, thank you very much for your comments, feedback, and questions from the shareholders. And I appreciate how much trust you place on us, and I'm willing to perform my duty. Thank you. Those are board of directors who are also sitting on the audit committee. Thank you very much. Next. Proposal item 3.
Proposal number 3 is about electing 1 director who is a substitute audit and supervisory committee member. We would like to elect 1 director also serving as a substitute audit and supervisory committee member to be ready for a scenario of not satisfying the number of audit and supervisory committee members stipulated in laws and ordinance. I would like to take questions regarding this proposal number 3. And also, this proposal is endorsed by the Audit and Supervisory Audit Committee. So we're going to take a vote. Shareholders who are in favor of this original proposal, please applaud. Thank you. With an endorsement in written form and by electronic means combined, we have obtained a majority endorsement. Proposal number 3, election of 1 director who is also a substitute audit and supervisory committee member is approved and adopted as originally proposed. Now, there are some directors who would resign at the end of this shareholders meeting, and they would like to have a few words for you. Starting with Mr. Yoichi Machida. Thank you. I am Yoichi Machida. From 2018, I have been a director of this company for 6 years. Thank you for your support. I have fulfilled my responsibility thanks to your support, and thank you for all your support. And going forward, just like you, I'm going to be a fan of Wacom, and I would like to support this company externally going forward. Thank you for all your past support. Thank you, Mr. Machida. Next person, next director to resign is Mr. Yukio Usuda. I am Yukio Usuda. In 2017, I became a director, so I have been a director for 7 years, and thanks to you, I fulfilled my responsibility. And going forward, I will continue to be part of Wacom, supporting Wacom internally, and also I would like to contribute to the sustainable growth of Wacom. Thank you. The next person is Mr. Takashi Kamura. I am Takashi Kamura. Yesterday, I checked my bio. I joined Wacom in 2002 when Wacom was not listed, and I was an external auditor back then, so it's been 22 years. So the person who was born in 2002, I believe, is graduating from university. So I am graduating from this company. But there is no graduation. There's no my graduation from Wacom in terms of my affection to Wacom. So just like you, I'm going to continue to support and cheer for Wacom as a person that's external to the company. Thank you for your message. So the next person I would like to introduce to you would be our new head of finance, chief financial officer, who is not a director, but he is this person is a new CFO. Amane Kojima. Hello, I am Amane Kojima. Just like shareholders who are present today, Wacom has been supported by many fans. And together with shareholders, I would like to serve the permanent growth of Wacom. I will do my best. Thank you. Now, another person who is not a director but are here, I would like to introduce some of them from the person who is in charge of foreign operation, including the new services such as the ink service, Heidi Wan.
Hello everyone, Heidi my name is Heidi, so I'm in charge of the ink division. In the last year, we have been working hard on building ink technology and services. So we are happy to show also today Wacom Bridge, UEFI, Kiseki, and many others. And they are a very important pillar for Chapter 4. At the same time, we also building on B2B business. So my team is really driving B2B in business in overseas, focusing on solution approach. So software, hardware, and services. Addressing creative industry, creative education, but also B2B business workflow, supporting also digital transformation like in public sectors and banking. So thank you very much for your strong support. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Thank you, Heidi. Thank you. B2B の事業のヨーロッパの責任者でもあったりして。
She's a person responsible of B2B Europe business, and in the second part of this shareholders meeting, she's going to give us some information. And one more person. This person was mentioned earlier. The person who became a person responsible of branded business as of the 1st of April. This is Yano-san, Mr. Yano. Hello, I am Yano. From the 1st of April, I have been the person responsible for branded business. In this shareholders meeting, we have received many messages, supporting messages, and then the messages some may have been tough, but I have received all those messages. And as the entire concerted team, we're going to do our best, and we are going to turn this business around and put this business back on growth track. And I would like to ask for your continued support and instructions for that. Thank you, Yano-san. He plays rugby. So he's a tough guy. So I know that the session has been a long one, but we have completed all the agenda item. So with this, we're going to close this shareholders meeting with our directors and newly elected directors. Please stand. Thank you, and we will continue to do our best.